It's still far from stability for the southeast of Nigeria regarding insecurity bedeviling the region. Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe has identified the continued detention of the leader of the proscribed Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, as the major cause of instability in the zone. Hence, the former Abia Deputy Governor urged the federal government to heed the clamour that is released for his release. Senator Abaribe, who lamented lack of unity and coordination among Southeast governors, said the zone is like a rudderless ship without any bearing. Emeka, your intervention on this.
Yeah, of course.
The insecurity in the Southeast, yes. Do you think is the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu, or the narrative that we were told that, look, there's some criminal elements hiding under the guise of IPOB, they've used that opportunity to start unleashing violence on people?
Yeah, there are different strands. One side, yes, is continued detention, yes, part of it. Then the other side, there are sundry criminal groups doing all kinds of things, you know. But the other side of it, which the last part about the zone being rudderless, for almost 3 years now, governors of the region have not held any meeting. Even when Obiano was the governor of Anambra State, they were not meeting. So up
why?
till now,
No, some were not that they were not.
The
some
South
were staying away.
No, the Southeast governors for some time now have not met.
Why?
Not up to 3 years.
Does it have to do with politics?
I said almost, you know. Yes, you know, the disagreement.
They couldn't come together
They can't
to
come
agree
together.
on the
Yes, yes, and you see even one of Obiano's aides alleged that 2 governors in the zone were behind some of the attacks. So when you have this kind
That's
of
expensive.
Yeah, when you have this kind of disagreement, and then you find out that people will not have confidence in their leaders. And so the governors themselves don't seem to really care about the fact that people see that they are not united, they are not together. So definitely all the cards must be on the table. There must be consideration for different options, including a political solution, which some Southeast leaders have been pushing, that there should be a political solution to the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. You know, so I think the government should not.
In clear times, are you saying that if Nnamdi Kanu is released today,
yes,
that there will be peace in the Southeast?
Of course, it will be a major incentive for peace.
Babajide?
Yeah, I'm convinced that if it's released, there will be a big catalyst for peace.
For peace, yes.
I'm very certain about that, because this whole thing began because of him. You know, this whole
agitation.
Yes, anger about his arrest and the manner of the arrest. You know, so I want to believe that if we find a political solution, it will be for everyone's good. I know that many people do not think that we need a political solution for this matter. But we've seen countries even involved in war. We've seen countries like Colombia told the path of peace, and as a result of that, the violence came down.
Yes.
So what happened between the Encounter Freedom Party and the NLC that time? Yeah, the blacks were slaughtering one another in a very embarrassing manner, beheading one another in broad daylight. But by the time they called a meeting, and it was agreed that the Buthelezi should be made the deputy president, the killing stopped. Not that they came down. Killing stopped. There are times when a political solution will achieve what military action cannot achieve.
Are you not looking at the angle of those criminal elements that they are talking about, that they are not just standing for any cause, that they just hiding under the guise of this IPOB?
So people have exploited it,
of course,
to foment trouble.
Yes.
But if it is no longer there, then what do you then hide behind?
Absolutely.
What do you hide behind? There are people, you see, there are now renegade groups who believe that they love Nnamdi Kanu more than everybody
yes,
else.
yes.
They are the ones who are still insisting that every Monday people should sit at home. But
Killing
IPOB
businesses.
itself has said no. It's only on the days when you bring Nnamdi Kanu to court that people should sit at home. We saw when before the election, they reached out to the IPOB people and they said, okay, people can go and
Vote. Yes,
vote.
in Anambra State.
And it
I
happened.
remember.
So that's the indication that a political solution, and during that time, why didn't those boys, those cult boys, why didn't they go to kill people on election day? That's to tell you that if a political solution is sought and agreed upon, this nonsense that those boys are doing will stop, because that is what they are using to foment trouble.
That is it.
Emeka, why do you think the governors in the southeast, why do you think they've lost that kind of touch and the grassroots connection with the people? They are not
It's certain.
the kind
A
of
lot
power
of
they are
these
meant to
people,
wield.
a lot of these leaders don't care about the people. They are not in touch with the people. They just do things over the heads of the people. And they also work against the interests of the people. It was these governors that rushed to say, oh, IPOB is proscribed. People were asking them, did you reach out to these boys to talk to them? Did you try to dialogue with them, to even try to build a bridge?
The federal government of Nigeria proscribed IPOB.
No. Before the federal government, there was a meeting of Southeast governors where they said they had banned activities of IPOB in their regions. But people were not asking them, do you have the coercive power to go and stop them? Now, they say every Monday, sit at home. Why can't the governors go and stop them? So the point is the leaders, the governors, the senators, the reps,
People are not
all of those
listening to
leaders,
the governors.
they must shed this their.
I don't think the governors are popular. They are not popular.
They are not at all.
And the people don't respect them
At all.
Because if you make a pronouncement, you are threatening brimstone and fire that nobody should sit at home, and they ignored you. It shows that you are not popular.
Yes.
When you are popular, your words should be law. So people, if they have lost touch with their people, it will reflect in the way that we are seeing things. When they talk, people will just dismiss what they are saying.
No, people will ask them, come out on that day. If you know, fine, okay, come out and sit at home. Without your security, come out.
Why would they go around without their security? You want to kill them?
So if they are popular, who?
No, the thing is, I think the infighting even between the governors of the South is not helping matters.
Yes.
There are some governors, for example, who think that the governor of Imo State was the one who brought troops to the east.
And
those troops, yes, and the troops were killing people and worsening the situation.
Yes.
Some of them don't like him for that. But for a governor whose house was destroyed, there's no way that he will sit back and fold his hands and not trying to do. That was his own way of trying to solve the problem. But we can't deny that things got worse, especially between Anambra and Imo.
Yes.
Those border communities between the two states. Those are the areas where a lot of these killings are happening. Look at a state like Enugu. Enugu is relatively safe.
But look at the actors that
from
were
all
kidnapped.
of this.
Some 2 actors kidnapped some days ago. Cynthia Okereke and one
No,
other.
that's a different level.
Yes.
We're talking about killings
Yes.
and enforcement of a sit at home in a very violent way.
Violent way, yes.
Enugu is not. Enugu does not suffer that kind of violence. It is in Imo and Anambra that we are facing, and even the local governments are not more than 4. Where we are seeing those killings, maybe 4 or 5.
Emeka, agitation now, maybe because of the 2023 election, agitation seems to have subsided a little bit. Maybe some actors.
So. It's not about 2023 election. You know, security agencies, the military, they've really stepped up campaigns against these groups.
Oh, they are doing well.
They are doing well. It's not about these are guys who are saying that they are not interested in the election. They are not interested
they don't
in
want
candidates.
They are killing people even registered.
What's their business? They went and attacked a registration center and killed an NIC officer in Imo. So it's not even about 2023 election. I'll just appeal to President Muhammad Buhari to heed what the former First Republic Minister of Aviation, Mbazulika Amechi, said. That old man, 90-something-year-old man, nationalist,
visited him.
Please release Nnamdi Kanu. Let's put that.
Say, release him to me. I
release
can
him
talk
to me.
him.
Yes, he should. That man, while this man is alive, please heed the call of this old man. This was one of the people who fought for the independence of Nigeria.
Okay.
You know.
Ayodele is calling us from Ikorodu in Lagos. Thank you for joining us, Ayo.
Thank you. Babajide, well done. Well done. Well done. And the other colleagues there. You see, until we are able to make this country a police country, where everybody will be involved in policing this our country, not for a particular somebody, either the president, the governor. Let everybody be involved until everybody are involved in this policing matter. This security will never go. We have a lot of people who don't have any. The old people are just there. Like
Thank you,
China,
thank you, Ayodele.
like in America.
Jide, wrapping up now. So, President Muhammadu Buhari has said it not once, not twice, that he might not release Nnamdi Kanu. That the courts of law
He has
should
pushed
take
it to the courts.
Mm-hmm.
He has pushed it to the court.
that
But
it's not like
when you are
and
talking
it's
about
8 months or 9 months today.
when we are talking about political solution, it is not the
Hardline
courts.
posture
It is
should
not the
not-
courts that take political.
Yes.
That look for
Absolutely.
political solutions.
Attorney General can
You
go and
can
enter
on
in
your own. Even the two lawyers can call. They can have a meeting, and they say, "Okay, this is our decision." When they get to the court, they will convey their decision to the judge, and that is the end.
That's it.
It's not the president was just mystifying things by making it look like, look, his family in the hands. When the Attorney General of the country has the power to discontinue any criminal matter,
at any point in time.
and nobody can question his decision. That's the power that the Constitution gives him. He's a special minister, the most senior of the ministers. The only minister that his
Mentioned in the
job cannot be
Constitution.
delegated. The president cannot do his job for him. The president can assume the power of a minister of petroleum or even minister of information, but he cannot assume the job of an attorney general.
Because it's
And
constitutional.
it is the minister whose role can only be given to somebody educationally qualified. If you are not a lawyer, you can't become an attorney general. But you can become a minister of health without being a doctor.
Yeah.
And it's happened before.
Yes.
We once had a pharmacist as minister of health.
Jubrila Anyinla.
So anybody, this Baba Julie Pharmacy was minister of health, and he is not a medical doctor. So, but for the attorney general, you must be a
A
lawyer.
lawyer.
So you can come
Emeka.
today and say, I'm not doing it again. Nnamdi Kanu, you are going home from today. Nobody will question him.
Nobody.
Nnamdi Kanu should be free.
He should be freed.
All right. Emeka Madunagu, thank you.
Thank you very
And
much.
we've reached out to President Muhammadu Buhari.
No, the UN has even told them to free him. The UN,
Should free him.
Because
the UN sent an indictment
Yes.
saying that
Because
the
of
manner
his
of his arrest
special
in
rendition
Kenya, they should release him.
was abducted and
Yes, he didn't go through an
Rendition.
extradition trial. That's supposed to be extradition trial. That's legally accepted globally.